Alright, so today is day one of the shed build. This is my new project. I'll flip the camera around and show you exactly what we're up to. So after the last week and a bit, I've been collecting a bunch of lumber. So this is a bunch of rough sawn lumber. If you've never seen this before, it's not like the store-bought stuff. This is old school, so when they say 2x6, that's what they mean. That's a real 2x6. So minor adjustments we have to do to measuring things. But anyway, so I got a load of lumber there. And I got another load of lumber under there. A little bit more in the garage, but this is roughly where I've staked out where the shed is going to go. So I have a stake there, over there, building a 16 by 12 shed. And I wanted it sort of away from the trees, but tucked into this corner. I do have some French drains in here, so obviously I don't want to be stepping on top of those, although I might extend and build a 5-foot deck on the front of the shed. You know, a deck is pretty lightweight anyway, so I don't really care. We can always build on top of that. So the first thing I got to do is start leveling these out. By the way, these are camel blocks. You've probably seen this product before. There's another product on the market called Tough Block. Same idea. The advantage of these, though, is I can use 2x6 posts instead of just 4x4s, because I do have to elevate it. That's a 6x6. So I'll cut down some of those. I have to use 12 of them to support the skid. So we're going to do 3 2x8, 3 of them sandwiched together. That's what code requires around here. Anyway, so we're going to do 3 large skids, and on top of that we'll build the 2x6 floor platform, and then we'll raise the rest of the shed. So anyways, it's kind of squishy in here. It's not too bad, but I got to bring in a bunch of gravel. So that's what I'm going to do. Lord knows I've got tons and tons and tons of gravel around the property. So I'm going to start bringing that in, start elevating some of this stuff, and start positioning. Yeah, right on the money. Good. Yeah, that I know is still good. Yeah, a little bit high on that side, but that's okay. Fix that. Yeah, perfect. All right, I'm calling that level. 235 and 9/16, 234 and 5/16. Good enough for the girls I go out with. Well, I've been building for the last couple of days here on the shed projects, and sorry I haven't filmed anything just because I'm just in that mentality to try to get the hard part of this project at least started. So let me flip the camera around and show you what I've completed so far. So 3 beams have been installed. Nothing is permanent in position yet. Once again, these are 2x8s, 3 of them sandwiched together. They're glued and nailed together with 4 nails on each side every 16 inches. So anyways, that's not going anywhere, nice and solid. And I put the camel blocks down. Everything is nice and leveled. I just put these joists on there just to make sure I got that level so that everything was touching. So it's all in place, and I am missing 4 of these brackets. They're on back order, so they go on each one of those posts. So I've done the perimeter. I'll nail that down later, but I just got to get those brackets. They should be in hopefully tomorrow so that I can nail those down. Once that's done, then I can put the joists on, and then the rim joists, and then put the floor down. Oh, before I do that, let me show you something else. Aha, see this? 3-inch foam. I picked this up. It was used on Marketplace. 3-inch foam. So anyways, there's, well, they're sold by 4x4, but anyways, I got 20 4x8 sheets, enough to not only insulate the floor on the shed, but all the walls. So anyways, I picked that up for $100 for the whole thing. I mean, gosh, each sheet's normally $100 brand new, so I saved a bundle. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. We'll put the decking on in here, and then I'll rip those pieces of foam in there, and I'll put them all between the joists, and that will be insulated on the floor. And then once we get the frames and the wall up, I'll be insulating between the studs. I don't know if you can read that, but I'm 3/8 out of square. Not too bad. I got a chance to try out my new toy. Well, not new. I've owned this thing for probably 2 years now. Anyways, it's called the M1 Recon, and it's designed to make cutting on a chop saw, or a miter saw in this case, as easy as not using a tape measure. So basically, just got to square off this piece of wood. Ooh, that's a dull blade. All right, so I just put that on there and just zero it out. And then I need 14.5, so I just scroll down to 14 and a half. Come on. Ah, there it is right there, 14.5. Let's measure that. Ah, 14.5, right on the money. Let's try. That's foot and inches. 1 foot. Oh, then it goes to centimeters, millimeters, meters, inches. You know what? I'm gonna use this instead. So we'll just put that up. It's there. Zero it out. 14.5 right there. Whew. Yeah, nice tool, works. This is what I've managed to do today so far. I have to do a little bit more blocking in here. I shortchanged myself a couple of 2x8s, but anyways, I'll go back to the store and get those. But anyways, yeah, it's working really well. Everything's nice and straight, and it's square, which is really good. Level, which is also really good. And yeah, solid. So once I get the blocking done, then I'll fill in these cavities here with some of that foam that I showed you previously, and then we can do the decking and start the structure. It took me a few tries to get it right, but after a while I got into a rhythm of things and finally got all this foam installed. Didn't take too long. Once I had all the foam installed, I didn't show it here on camera, but I installed a vapor barrier before sheathing it. Well, the floor is completely insulated, and I've wrapped it here in this 6mm poly to protect it from the elements. Actually, it's a vapor barrier because it's wet under here sometimes, so any moisture coming up. And then tomorrow I'm going to sheathe all this. Did a bunch of nailing off camera. So all the decking is on. And really nice solid platform. So everything's good. Now, because I don't know when I'm going to be able to put the roof on this thing, I'm going to use the leftover vapor barrier and I'll lay it down on top of the OSB to protect it, because we're still April. We might be getting some rainstorms and stuff, and I really don't want it getting into this stuff. It's probably okay, but you know what? I've got it. Might as well use it. So I'm going to lay that down, and then I think I'm going to tackle laying out this wall. See if I can raise it. I might have to do it in 2 sections though, because this lumber is really heavy stuff. So I might have to do an 8-foot section in there, an 8-foot section there, and raise it up. Two inches each. Holy smokes, it's heavy. Son of a gun. This hemlock is very heavy. Ooh, because it's still wet. But man alive, is it ever sturdy. I like this. The best part is I don't have to do quite as much math, because it's actually 2 inches by 4 inches. None of this 1.5 by 3.5 stuff. It's so much easier to measure with this. This is what I've accomplished so far. I have 2 walls up. This stuff is really heavy because it's still green. Anyway, so I got a big opening there for the patio door. I got to put a couple of jack studs in here because I'm going to put a 4x4 post across the top as a header for that. But anyways, that's all done for now. I could do a lot more work, but my elbow is killing me. Tendonitis is not fun.